Hello, this is Ep7 and welcome back to Ars Nouveau. Now, I recognize that I say welcome to Ars Nouveau and we've been doing a whole bunch of blood magic lately, but I actually want to get into more Ars Nouveau today. We might do a little bit of blood magic. Not sure. Basically, it's kind of some infrastructure that I've been wanting to work with that we can then use to build up our actual base. So, for instance, the ore processing stuff was one thing, but this base, this is not a base. This is basically just a field of random items that happens to have a big shell over it. I want to fix that today. I want to have an actual base. And that means, Mr. Chaos Storage over here, I think it's finally time to get rid of you. Not right now because I don't have anywhere to put you yet, but we will. It's been slowly filling up. It's just complete, like I said, chaos. There's no rhyme or reason. Like, I've got Demon Will in here. Why do I have Demon Will? You shouldn't even be as items. You should just be thrown out into the world so I can pick it up. Cool, thank you. That just puts in the gem there. Anyway, so I want to actually build up this base, and I'm not entirely sure how I want to do that. Just for starters, for instance, actually we have flights, I can fly here. I want to have, I mentioned before, multiple tiers of this base. So I want it to come up, I want it to be probably up to here. Oh yeah, I made a bridge, that's a thing. Top might be around here, I'm not entirely sure, but what I do know is I think what I'm going to do is the kind of edge where the next level is, so like that area right there, that's going to be the start of the next floor. It might come in a little bit. I think it'll come in a little bit. I want to put some big pillars in here so that it looks actually structurally sound. So for instance, I just have dirt right now, kind of a big pillar here-ish. One block is not a pillar. It's going to be rather big. I'm not entirely sure what. I'm kind of doing this just off the cuff here. All I know is I don't like how the interior looks because it doesn't look like an interior. It looks like an exterior that we built a shell on. So I'm going to figure out how I actually want to do this. This is still the center of our base, so it's still going to stay here. We need to set up some proper source automation because that's going to be needed because this isn't going to be a field of berries. We need some actual infrastructure like the smelting thing. This is our furnace right now. It's kind of sad looking. So we'll work on that. But let's get started. So one quick aside into blood magic before we get too far. I did find that you can actually, so I'm growing tau fruit here, you can actually just plant the saturated tau that we found in the dungeon and you can just grow it directly. Now one thing to note with that is I can't bone meal it. Like that doesn't do anything. What I can do is if I stand on it and bone meal it, it'll grow and it'll take some health from me when it does so. So that is a cool thing. Means that this is easily produced without having to go through a whole process. And that being said, these crops are going to go away because this is not a farming area. This is an inventory area, not farms. All right. So one thing that has been holding me up on this whole base thing is materials. I don't know what I want to build out of. So I've got the red nether bricks. Red nether bricks. Yes, that's the name of it. We have those as sort of the main structural element in this build, with some other colors in between, and I don't know what to do for the floor, and I still don't know what to do for the floor. So I'm going to pretend that I do know what it is, and I'm just going to ignore it. So one thing that I do want to do, on the 1.19 world that we had, my main storage is in a big library, right? So basically the way it was set up is you walk in and it had like this area that you step down into, and I think I want to do something similar here. I really like how tall this is. There's going to be more walls, and it's going to be just not a giant box, but it'll be a thing. But at the moment, I do want to have it be kind of recessed into the floor a little bit. So I think that block, this block, and that one. And similarly over here, this one, this one, this one, this one. Now I can land here, here, and here. Here. Of course, that's what I said. Okay, so that's kind of a quick outline of a little square hole. I think is going to be, it's a square building. It might need to be a square hole in the middle. I think I'm going to still have it step down just because I like having the extra little like vertical element to it of stepping down into it. But I also will probably have the books go up higher. By books, I mean these things here, repositories. So that's going to be the main part of our miscellaneous storage. I am going to use some drawer networks, I think. will work in here as well. I still don't entirely know how I want everything set up. You're doing well. I can break this. Yeah, just trying to clean up so that I can actually get to work on the actual build today, which again, I'm still not sure what I'm doing on it. We'll see. We've made quite a bit of progress. I'm still working out my lighting and kind of details and stuff like that, but what we've got so far is a mixture of tough and deep slate for the main floor here. We have our columns in place. I'm not entirely sold on the glow shroom lantern from Chipped. I'm not entirely sold on that yet. I think it goes well with copper though, because we've got the copper on the outside here, of course. Copper there. We've got the shiny glow shroom inside here, and I've got some copper lanterns going around the walls. Still need to get more of those, but I think this works. Now, the way I've been doing this is actually kind of a fun thing. So I've got the edge of the chipped carved deep slate here. Chipped is a mod that adds a bunch of detail blocks. We've been using it for, well, a lot of stuff. But for right now, I've got those. I'm going to take that off my hotbar and put these deep slate. So I've got 3 stacks of deep slate, 2 of tough there. And what I'm doing is I have this spell here, which is Ray, which is just kind of like touch, but longer distance. Chaining, couple AoE, so I can do a stack at a time. Exchange, randomize, and item pickup. Randomize is a new glyph that we have. I think it's base Ars now. But what it does is it randomizes based off of what is on your hotbar. So I've got 2 stacks of tough, 3 of deep slate, so it's going to be kind of a 3-to-2 ratio there. But if I do that, it just automatically places down a random assortment. So good for if you want to add a little bit more texture to your builds. I've also got these as grass going up here, so I can replace, you know, that's a little bit far, but I think that's fine. And of course we are out of room. Backpack. We're just going to toss some of this stuff in here. We'll deal with that later. So we are basically done-ish with the flooring. The thing is that we've got this, I've got these berries. Now I don't want them here, but I do need them here for now. So right now it's kind of just in the way. I put these blocks around the edge here, not as decoration, but to keep the berries inside, because somebody kept jumping off the edge, which is, you know, not ideal. But we need that in order to keep our flight ritual going here. We've got some backlog of source as well as the chest is full, but I think we're going to keep him there for a little bit until we can sort out our actual system here. And that brings us to what is our system, and that is I need to figure out how to do our storage. Yeah. Repositories. We got a bunch of them going around here. That's what we're using currently, and they're filling up, which it's been working. It's just chaotic. I want to have some sort of drawer network in here as well, for things that I'm going to be producing, as well as things that I just have a ton of. We can just replace these while we're at it. For instance, if I go in here, we can clear this. We've got 11,000 netherrack. I don't want that taking up slots in a chest because, let's see, yeah, here's 3,000. 3,260. So that is basically, I've got entire chests full of this stuff, which is not ideal. It's taking up a lot of room there. That's taking basically 3 blocks worth. We don't actually have that many blocks worth of storage down here. So I think we're going to put you into a drawer or a barrel or something, whatever. I think we have, do we have functional storage here? Let's see. At functional, no, we don't have functional storage. At storage drawers, we have sophisticated storage, which does have its own kind of drawer type system with limited barrels. Drawer. Only drawers we have are from Macaw's Furniture, which is good to know actually, because these have bookshelves, which are pretty cool. Controller. Let's see, we've got, nope. Storage controller from Sophisticated Storage. Okay, so I think that is sort of our only thing there. Storage controller, So I think limited barrels are probably going to be our only real option on this. So I think we'll do our back wall there. Maybe that whole half with drawers. I think that'll work. Yeah, we'll do the back section here with drawers and the front section here with these repositories. My original plan was to go in and put in a bunch of the repositories. I changed my mind. I think what I'm going to do is, instead of that, I'm going to use a bunch of these barrels from sophisticated storage. And the reason for that is, while this is just a regular barrel, there's an upgrade here. In fact, I've got a iron barrel right here, which is quite a bit bigger, basically a double chest. Now, yes, this is the same size as a repo, but these can have the upgrades. So I've got 2 stack upgrades here. And basically my plan is I'm going to use a bunch of these guys instead. 1, I can change the color. So this one's red, it's mangrove. 2 is it's expandable. 3 is it'll just have a single connection then for the storage controller, which will link them all. And yeah, there's also limited barrels, which are basically like a wall of chests. I'll probably put those on this side. I think there's compacting barrels, maybe. Compacting. There's compacting upgrade, which I think might work with the limited barrels, so it'll automatically uncraft as well. I'll have to play around with that, but one thing I wanted to show is with these barrels, there's currently a bug, and not sure if it's on our end or on their end, but we'll have to kind of work around it. I'm going to see if there's anything Billy can do, but for right now, we're going to work around it ourselves. This says emit at over 65 raw copper, and I have 65 raw copper here. If I put 66, you'll notice it's still not doing anything. However, if I put 2 in that stack, that does work. So basically, while I can store pretty much all this in a single slot, if I don't have that second stack there, it turns off. So I've got 518 here, and it's still off. It's not ideal. If I put it in this stack, it turns on. If I put it over here, nothing. Basically, it's only reading a single slot as 64 items, so you'd need to overflow into the next one in order to actually turn this on. It's really annoying. I don't really know how to deal with that, so I think we're just going to not. Zachary actually has a similar problem over in his with the limited barrels that he's using, so we want to do a test to see if the regular barrels, where it has regular slots like a chest, if that does it as well, and it does. But I think what we can do is work around this. Basically, since this is going to hold a whole bunch of stuff, let's pull out one of these stack upgrades. The plan is I'll just set it to this. So this is 256. If it gets one more, it'll flow into a second stack there, and that will be enough to turn it on. I guess I need 2 in that second stack. So I think that's fine. It's just going to be that, like, it's going to need 512. No. 256 times 4 is going to be 1,000, 1024. So once I have 1024, then it'll turn this on. It's not ideal, but I think we can make it work. All that to say, I'm going to make a whole bunch of these barrels. These are mangrove iron barrels. I don't currently have a whole lot of mangrove, but we can work with that. We've got this guy over here, the weathered salesperson with a market from farming for blockheads. So it's pretty easy. I can just buy whatever I need. You can buy a mangrove propagule, and so I've got a few of those. Mangrove. Grab those. Let me grab the planks as well. And yeah, I gotta go make a couple dozen barrels. Now, in order to craft these, you do want to have the redstone torch in the middle before you do this. If you do it like that, it's just going to turn into a regular vanilla barrel, which we don't want here. But you can take whatever wood it is and do it around it with the torch in the middle. Do it that way, it'll get you the actual barrels themselves instead of, or the sophisticated barrels of this color instead of this color. These are still sophisticated ones. It'll just default to being spruce color, which isn't what we want here. At least I don't think it is. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. So I'm going to put a couple of these here. I'm going to leave the corner there blank for now. I'm not sure if this has something like a trim block where it can connect them easily, or if I'm going to have to connect these all individually, which we probably will. We'll see. And of course, when these get upgrades, they'll get the little marks on the edges there, like the iron or gold. We can apply those directly in-world, or we can do it with the crafting. I think it's basically the same cost, so I'm not too concerned about that. The gold might look nice, though, with the copper stuff we have around here. We'll see. We'll see. Which do we like more? I like the contrast over here. I like that it matches over here. Well, a whole bunch of crafting later, we have ourselves lots of barrels. Over on this side here, we have just our standard regular barrel. Looks like a regular chest inside. Same with over here. These are all currently iron tier, so it's a double barrel at this point. Over here is going to be compacting stuff. So these are still just a limited mangrove iron barrel 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you have to actually go in here and get the compression upgrade. Not compacting, compression. Compacting is only one way, compression will go both directions. So that's what you use for that. So I still have to craft up a whole bunch of those. And then over here, these are probably also going to be compression ones. This side here, though, is going to be for deep storage of things I have a lot of. On their own, a limited mangrove gold barrel 4. Barrel IV. These guys here for gold tier can hold 24 stacks in each slot, and then of course we can upgrade that with stack upgrades. So I think that'll be plenty fine. That's just playing around with adding like 2 of these guys here and there. It stores quite a lot. I think 2 of those in a gold barrel is enough to store at least all of my 16,000 netherrack that I have, so I'm not too concerned about that. 11,000 at this point, I guess. Either way, we are basically about ready to start moving in. The only thing is I'm going to go through and in each of these add 1. Just need 1 of you. So this will take a little bit. Very tedious. In fact, I'm going to go... If I do that, then it's just a matter of click. That's a little bit better. Okay. Cool. Well, I will be back once we are done with putting all the stack upgrades in. Because at the moment there's 40 of these, and I think we've got 32 of the repositories over there. So basically, at the moment, without these upgrades, it's kind of just a break even between that. And I would like to have lots more storage once we're all done with this. So it'll be a bit. And of course, after doing that, I realized I could have just gone along and just right-clicked with the upgrade, and it would have just happily applied. So there we go. Compression upgrades are installed. We've got a few of these guys started at least. These are all locked, so I have to manually add them when I get to them. And everything else is just going to be kind of like the chaos storage, where it's just kind of wherever it happens to fit. So lots of random stuff in here, and I think that's fine. I do want to grab basalt as well. Yeah. Oh, I should probably get... Do I need nylium? I feel like I don't have enough nylium to really justify using the deep storage for that. Let's go ahead and put you... Probably should put you with that, but I think it's fine. Okay. Now we are at the fun part where basically I go over here, I clear this, and I grab everything all at once. What are you filled with? Deep slate and tough. Perfect. Okay. We can do that. In fact, I wonder if I can just right click here. Nope. Unfortunately, no. Okay, so what's going to be the fastest way? I think just placing you down is going to be best. Deep slate and deep slate. Wrong button. Whatever. Okay. Transfer all of you and all that tough as well. Deep slate goes there, and tough goes over here with the miscellaneous vanilla stone. Okay. So we're getting there, It is going to be a long, tedious process going over here, grabbing everything, and going back. I don't really know if there's a much better way of doing that. I could hopper it. That's going to be really annoying. Do I have a starbunkle? I have 1. Perfect. Do I have a second lectern? No, I don't. Okay, so let's go ahead and make ourselves a vanilla lectern first. Bookshelf plus wood equals lectern. Cool. Let's look up chest, and we can actually just make ourselves a couple more of these. And I'm going to have a lot of these anyway, but this is just how you make them. So storage lectern over there. Let's go ahead, put 4 chests in. Doesn't really matter where. Doesn't care about symmetry. Put you in, and we get our storage lectern out of that. And what we can do then is this whole system over here, I should point out this is only one connection. Specifically, it is this block right here, Mr. Storage Controller in the ground. And what I'm going to do, grab you. Lecterns can be linked together and chained. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that there. I'm going to put our Starbuncle charm right there. Hello, you are going to be very busy shortly. And I link from, so for inventories, you go from inventory to the lectern, but you can also chain your lecterns together. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this down here. And now this, I did this the wrong way. Apparently you do connect it the same way. Cool. Invalid lectern connected from you to you. This is now not connected to anything. Okay, don't do that. So let's clear all connections. Shift right click will clear all of them. Supposed to, at least. Connect you to you. Okay. And I did not lose my connections? No, I did lose my connections. What are you in? Oh, these all popped out because it just lost connection. Okay. So I have to reconnect all my repositories. That's going to be extremely annoying. But what that'll allow me to do then is Mr. Starbuncle is going to have a new job. His job is going to be pulling from the lectern into here. Before I do that though, right, still doesn't actually have connection. I do need to take all of my compression items, such as iron, gold, that sort of stuff, and get those loaded up. This, however, here is going to take a while. Right click. Right. I did that backwards. You. Okay, from you. There we go. So it says the storage location. So shift right click on the repository, right click on the storage lectern, relink all of these guys. I should probably move this scribe table so it's not in my way. But yeah, it's going to be really tedious. Okay, so that's at least started. These guys here, for the most part, are probably fine. If I look up ingot, we can grab our gold and some copper. Good enough. Also going to need diamond, clay, and lapis. Lapis is a good one. Lapis. Cool, we have at least a few of these. I want to pre-seed these guys down here. Gold can go there. I'm going to do these guys on this side though. Copper, you can go here too. You can go here. You can go here. You can go there. All right. Like I said, it's going to be really tedious. Oh, you don't compress? That's annoying. Let's unlock you then. Come on. Or is it scroll? Scroll. I want to walk and unlock. Unlock you. Pop you out. Pop you out. I know with storage doors, once it's unlocked, you can just pop the last one out here. I think I'm going to have to actually break this though to get that to work. That's fine. Put you back in. Pop you in. And it's good. Okay, and now we can lock you again. Perfect. Well, I have storage lectern is linked up properly to over there. I think I'm ready to make a terrible choice. We are going to see if this works, and my scroll wheel apparently does not. So we're going to say from you to you, from you to you, to you. Yes. And I'm not sure if this is a good idea. I'm thinking it's probably not. But basically what's going to happen is he is going to fairly quickly drain everything. I mean, it'll take a while, of course, but he's pretty quick at it, doing it himself. The only reason I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not is, I hope I have everything in here that I want. I'll have other ingots and stuff later, but I don't have any currently, so I'm not too concerned about that. And the rest of the stuff is just going to be kind of, well, more chaos. I think I linked this one first. I don't actually know where it's sending anything. I might be able to see it with the tooltip there from Jade. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, here we go. So, like I said, just complete chaos. But I think it's working. I do have stack upgrades in each of these, so it's going to go to 128 in each of them, so, a bit better storage. Things like raw iron, raw copper, yes, that can be compressed. Same with sugarcane, that can go to, I'm pretty sure there's sugarcane stuff. Yeah, there is blocks of sugarcane. I might do that later, but for right now, I'm just going to leave it as is. Yeah, I think this is working. 250, wait. Yeah, it should be to 256, not to 128. Just saw that one. So I think that is going to be working pretty well. I'm going to call this for an episode here. This guy here is going to be kind of going through the whole storage system, and I got to head out to work, and I'm hoping by the time I get back, this whole thing is going to be empty. We'll see. I'm sure something's going to go horribly wrong here. It's probably going to fill up with a bunch of random junk, like rotten flesh is probably going to end up in a bunch of different chests. I'm not going to bother sorting all of this stuff. It's just kind of random storage at this point, and I think I'm okay with that. It's a mess, true, but I think this is going to be a better system than what we had before with our chaos storage over here. He's actually doing a pretty good job. Yeah, you can just watch him draining the whole thing right now. Like I said, a bunch of these things can be compressed, but I'm not going to bother with it because, in theory, I'm not going to have things sitting as raw copper or raw iron or such. It's going to be, processed into actual ingots and such. So I think we're going to leave that, and I think that's going to be okay. But I am happy with this so far. We will see how full it is once we are all done draining that whole area there. I'm hoping that quite a lot of the stuff is going to end up in here. We got 2,000 there, 1,500 there. I think that's good. I think that's fine. I'm a little hesitant to just walk away though, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. We've got ourselves a storage system, and that is awesome because that means we can actually get around to doing some real work next time and get some automation going in this base. Because right now it's very manual. We've got a big box, and that's about it. And I would like to change that. Get some more buildings. Get some more stuff that's working in here. You having fun there? You look like you're having fun. So, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.